Uh, so yesterday, since like that room was basically empty, they like teleported me with Valen and Elise, and I've already forgot who else at this point. Oh, thanks. I have like so many. I have like 64 and 23. But oh, I think it was more than one stack. Yeah. And I was basically with them. It was me, Annalise, Valen, Blossom, and Magisk, I believe. Or Valen came afterwards, something of those sorts. I think it was us four at the start, or five, or it was just like already like that. And you know, that mixture of people is already kind of bad as is. Mm-hmm. And so things got like really riled up between Magisk and Blossom. And then and Elise started talking to me more or less in like whispers, and then I got my ass handed to me, so to speak, by Annalise. Um, I don't know. From what I got from the conversation was like mainly like they were just talking back and forth, and I think they had already like beefed at some point like earlier this week, right? So I'm assuming something got brought up, and then uh I think Blossom kind of got like upset at like the mention of like Fool's Paradise at some point. And then uh next thing you know, Blossom becomes greedy and then started like putting on a facade to other people in the other bubbles, like seemingly trying to act upset, but was actually berating like Madisk in whispers. And they kind of like fought a lot. And then yeah, Madisk was pretty much upset and mad at anyone else because like no one would believe them, at least of what they knew practically. Yeah. And then like faking to be upset in a sense. From what I saw and from what, you know, Manisk also said. Because Blossom was like also very much like huddled up in the corner, you know, like crying, I guess, but it could have been crocodile tears or seeming to be upset and stuff like that. It's weird because it's also something that Manisk mentioned to me as well, that they don't remember, you know, that sort of thing. But it once it got mentioned, like Blossom also like completely shut down. They got quiet. And when Mattis asked if they were okay, Blossom, he didn't say anything back and was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." And then next thing you know, like they started like forming up an attitude, a tone. Mm, uh, Not sure. I barely found any of that out, I guess, yesterday. Just mainly the Fool's Paradise thing, but I didn't know anything else of that. That's really weird. I did see pills in Blossom's hand, though. So maybe Goody also got the power. Ah, most likely then, yes. Huh? What do you mean? Well, because I was asleep. What do you mean? I can't remember if it's been told to me or not. Genuinely, I can't. I don't know. That yesterday was bad, and Elise was just like also staring at me like hardcore, like terribly, terribly hardcore. I was like, you know what? I, yes, yes, literally called me Dr. Valentine, like, just, you know, saying like, you're not safe in here. Yeah, like, you're not safe in here. You don't have, S to basically like protect you in a sense. Um, and people aren't going to believe you. You're just putting like, like you're just lying to them. Yeah, I was like, I'm kind of aware. I mean, let alone I'm not safe like in the bubble, let alone like out in general. And then I was like, I knew for a fact there was no way I could convince them otherwise, um, of stuff happening or anything or how I don't remember, and they just didn't trust me nor would they believe me. And I'm like, I can't really force them to do that because it's not something in my power either. Oh, yeah, like, yeah, they're very much same coin, same pea in the pod. So I'm very much well aware, and so when Annalise did attack me, I just was like, I'm not gonna hurt Annalise because I know that's, obviously still Alex too. It wouldn't benefit if I were to hurt them because they were like, oh, yeah, you look exactly the same you did with the mask. And I was like, was I supposed to know that? I haven't seen like anything of myself from back then. Yeah, I don't. I was like, there's no point in me running because at that point I also got blinded by Valen. I guess whenever Alex told them, or Annalise told them that I looked what I did back then. I tried asking them to stop, but obviously it didn't work. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. It was bound to happen anyways. And then now I have a huge gash in my face. The roads called to me. Mm, Alex and Faye forget about it. At best, because it's open. You see, I'm a little skeptical to ask you for help. But I definitely should. Because I was like, I gotta wash. No? No thanks. I don't know. I'm not sure what could help the both of them at this point. Other than me treating them how I would treat, Alex and Vay. I could use your own clothes and try putting something there, like using it as a bandage. Maybe. I've thought about it. I've done it before. Yeah. I could do that, I think, at that point. But I kind of would let it bleed out a little more until it gets dry. Okay, man. Mm, no, I can't hold it against you. I'm trying to learn a thing or two, anyways. Yeah. Other than that, um, after Annalise, after Blossom, me and Mattis were with, I believe, Kara and Rose. And then they just like Rose and like Maddie just like beefed a little bit, but it's because Maddie was already mad. Very much one-sided, but oh well. What could you do? I was also with Rav. I forgot. Rav could sense like I guess Manisk's anger from a mile away. Very energetic. Yeah, it was just like literally smaller group of people, and then lo and behold, people were already gunning it. What could one do? And it's like it's not their fault. Mm, yeah, I think I was like technically speaking three groups. Yeah. I don't know who else was awake earlier because I was already awake much later. So yeah, I'm anticipating it. That's for sure. I'm like, huh, if I'm stuck with them both of them again, I'm just gonna have to like let it happen. I can't do much about it. Yeah, thankfully. Yeah. For all I know, they're just up there. I'm like, they're already watching me and I just woke up. Hmm. Oh yeah. And Alicia's eyes were like back to normal as well. Like blue and purple again. After they got their, anger out. But go on. Yellow and green? Yellow and green? Why? Who put a wig on him when he was asleep? That's hilarious, actually. There was points where I also laughed at Annalise just saying like something like, "Oh, Rose babes," something like that. It was very funny. Um, Dimala just went to sleep. Oh yeah, that did happen. Yeah, I remember hearing that. I also saw his limbs. I also saw his limbs. And he has like either six or they were white. Last time I saw them, they were green. What the? Why the hell are they white? Is he getting sick? Mm, at the end. That's weird. They were like completely black and then green at the end. Kind of white. No, like completely black but green at the end, but not white. Yeah. At least from what I recall. But white? Maybe? Because it snows? Because of how cold it is? How cool? Unless it's like molting? I don't know. I don't know what enderiophage hybrids do. Sounds like he didn't have it. He also has like the opening on his back too, just for that. Mm-hmm. And then likewise with probably the other hybrids. I haven't seen them, but go ahead. I got a Kit Kat here, and because it's like soft and kind of warm in my room, you can't hear it break. But here, yum. Mm, um, from what I got, I think when Raph talked to me, I think it was because Raph died to Finn. Because Ren did, you know, become that. Maybe. Sounds like it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it was something like out of their control, and especially since they probably haven't ate either, it was just like one of those things that just piled on top of each other. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, if it was the virus, though, that would be something more or less to be weary about. or at least cautious, but yeah, you were. I'm surprised you just had like, blanket covers over your some shit, which is insane. Yeah, but we were just like dying multiple times. I believe like he also just killed whoever like whenever we were out. So that happened as well. Not my problem, not my problem. No, exactly. And it worked for you. Worked out perfectly. But yeah, basically. So, mm-hmm. Mm? I wasn't there for that. When did this happen? Was it the same day? No, wait, sorry. Not here. Ah, yes. I'm not damn, that happened a while ago. So basically, Lou was basically put into a trap again. Yeah, no worries. Um, basically, Clem, I'm assuming had the idea from what I recall again, um, to trap them into a place where we both made for 11. Because we were both kind of like still upset at that time that Lou was basically lying. Um, Clem basically reused a spot where they trapped 11. It was something that we both worked on, at that point. Um, I, like I said, I'm trying to recall exactly why it happened. I think it was just like more or less of something like fed up. Um, because this was during the time, I guess, Lou was reset. Like I said, my memory at this point is just like, ugh. And also because I don't really remember either out of character as much. Um, but yeah. Mm, we both built it because it was just like pent up emotion towards 11. Left them there for a while, and sooner or later they escaped. But we learned that I guess S kind of found out of the place, took advantage of it at some point. But until now, right, it was just one of those things that we used again, I guess for their own benefit, because it's like we noticed that Lou was basically kind of slipping in and out of personality wise of their past selves, like 11, Aladdis, here and there, where their face would change. It would be more consistent here and there, inconsistent at some point. Mm-hmm. At some point, it would be kind of like a risk factor if somebody were to be with 11. And for some people, it would also be a risk factor for them being a lattice, but still having the intention and personality of a lattice. So, of the version of the other person they need. Exactly. Whatever, fit at the most convenient time, right? And so, I guess like some time passed, right? Just like stuck in that room. isolated pretty much, or just in the company of somebody else, just watching from like the glass, because that's how they we were like watching them at first. And I believe we were like in the same room until they started like tweaking the fuck out, I guess. They were just completely silent, and then they just became the worker that we had assumed both Raph and Lou had turned into after Aladdis and Valkyrin. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The one with like black and gold accessories, and then I believe I saw like briefly in Blossom's image, cheap fancy ones. Yeah, basically. Uh, purple and red paws, I believe. But yeah, it didn't talk. They didn't talk at all. But they would answer questions, but very minimally, very basic, like no, yes, small formations of sentences here and there. But either that or they were rushed. Either that or it was just like when they got reset, it was just like it kind of defaults to formatting shorter answers, not answering until like spoken to specifically with a higher being, that being S. Because they wouldn't really answer questions from us either, you know? Let alone not really much from Clem either. Clem was asking questions too. Mm, probably. I can't remember if they were even like considered as like one of the ABC ranks either. I think it was just like W something 00 maybe, something like that. It was something like that. I have it probably written down somewhere, but like I said, they would. I think they would only know of like Raph's version as well, but I can't really recall much of it. It was like so much in one night, basically. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that did happen for the most part. No, I could assure you, very much could happen just us being in here too. I don't know how under control it's been since then, but I mean, well, clearly not, because we had 11 in the fucking bubble already. But for the worker, on the other hand, or even Aladdis, depending on who they're around, very much so happen. Mm, yeah. They also killed me too, because I was laughing at them. But you know, good riddance. It was fair. Yeah, fair, I say. I did. I was basically laughing being chased. But yeah, I think even Lou used like an appearance of a lattice and also behavioral instincts, blah blah blah. Yeah, they it was funny because 11 told basically Rin/12. Like, I don't like you, I hate you, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh my god. They probably fought in the ward or some shit before and they were like, I hate you too, blah blah blah. I was like, ugh. Both of them insufferable, being in the same room. Can't handle it. Can't handle it. Just a fight. It's probably all they know though, because they were put against each other. I don't know much detail of that other than it likely happened. Being too much freaky, not liking the freakiness of the other. It's a freak off. It's a competition at that point. I was like, I was like, what's killing each other gonna get out of it? Other than just reliving the memories. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Maybe it was like one of those like things of strength. Color. Talking wasn't gonna get them anywhere. Maybe at the end of every year, the ward has an award of who was the freakiest this year. Insane. Yeah, and who's gonna get it the most? Lou, because of the fucking the way they just like flip flop between different faces. Or Rin killing as much as they can. Going on a rampage. Yeah, failure to, I guess, start up again. There's 10. Failure to stop. Rin, on the other hand, not so sure. Mm-hmm. I agree. Uh, Failure to eat, not to be starving. Not exactly sure. Failure to be satisfied, I guess. I don't know. They have different requirements to each their own, though. Mm. Failure to control, I guess. Mm. I guess I'm trying to recall most of anything, but if I do, I'll just lend you the books that I wrote if I did write any. Which I haven't, but like still. What is it with you guys and getting the fucking books before I could? I'm gonna have to rely on my memory here after this. I was told that I just simply wasn't awake. But remember. No, that's fair. I feel like the scar on my face will surely help me, remember like, oh, it happened here once it heals. Scar, not scarf. No worries, they sound the same. I didn't notice Suki was over there. So confused for a second. Yeah. E. Yeah, definitely. You also got bubbles? Insane. The universe hates it when I'm awake late. Oh my god, you wrote a Minecraft? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. A minecart. I know you're talking about a minecart. I know you're talking about a minecart. I've also gotten into a minecart with Jared over there. Yeah.
Minecart.
Minecart. Good morning? We were like, you fell asleep with your eyes open.
Huh?
Yeah, because your eyes are like completely open and you were basically sleeping. Oh, okay. Surely being on the bed like face down. That's gonna help. I believe.
Who did that?
Who did what?
Your face.
Oh, Annalise.
I don't know.
Yeah, happened yesterday.
I was there.
Yes. I mean, you were there for the aftermath. People were basically watching in the other bubble. I got
Yes.
killed.
Yeah. I still watched.
They have nothing better to do but watch. That's what I was doing after too. I would never. Okay, Teddy. What would you do? Fight in between us? Like, stop! No, but that wouldn't be
Stop
you. Stop
fighting.
fighting! No, exactly. That's what I was doing, meanwhile,
Popcorn.
eating
Popcorn
popcorn.
sounds so good.
I was basically practically eating air popcorn uh when Madiska and Blossom were fighting. And Madiska was like, "Are you seeing this shit?" I was like, "Yeah, I am seeing it," knowing what Madiska was saying, but I was like
What were they saying? What was going on?
so from what I got, basically what you guys most likely saw was just like Blossom being upset afterwards. They were like arguing and whatnot, right? But Manus
Mhm.
told me that's just not the case. That they weren't upset. They were just putting on like a facade, an act, in other words. But I was like, oh yeah, like oh my god, pity me, pity, 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 pity. Yeah, but I
Oh.
mean, you know, to each their own. Some people believe it, some people don't. And then Blossom became greedy. I did see that. I saw it in their eyes, in his eyes. So,
Yeah.
but I was like, oh, I'm just not dealing with that. I was like, I see it. I'll acknowledge it. Hell, I'll even tell other people, but I feel like everyone already has their, you know, their minds made up. Totally unbiased ones too,
Yeah.
which, you know, fair. Some people will choose to see and believe what they want, and you can't really change their mind. I was like, I was already content with that, but ugh. Oh well. OMG. Yeah. And now we're here.
I want that tree.
What tree? That one? The one that they're up?
Yeah.
With the vines. Yeah. I was like, oh my god. They have vines to climb up on that one. Let's see. Like, there's definitely a way you could get up there, but like, there's not a chance. No, yeah, that's so fair. Do it for the funnies, please. Yum yum yum. What about today though? What's happened today since I've been asleep?
I took a nap. I
Yeah,
don't know.
other than the wig,
Oh, yeah.
supposedly.
Yeah.
Chillin'.
What is the question?
Brrr. Mm-hmm. Cooked salmon? So I'm assuming, um, you know, put salmon everywhere again, and then you just like punch them and kill them and cook them in the same time. Fun. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Nice. I'm just getting my rational supply of steak, even after staying awake sometimes, but most of the time. I feared that if I get into any more altercations, it'll just go away. My next goal, wake up again, somewhat early, get bubbles. I have a bar of soap I need to use. Bubbles. Like, bubble wand. Yep. I'm stuck in a room with two freaks that have bubbles. Hmm. Try to ask for it. Uh, oh, I am not gonna throw a tantrum. I feel like I'm just not gonna throw a tantrum. Give me the bubble and more fucking deaths, more blood shed on my fucking face. They're gonna open the fucking wound. Surely not. Well, I should really ask for a doctor, hon. It's been obscuring my vision since it's been bleeding. Probably ask later. I don't know. Probably when I wake up again tomorrow. And bed thing, bed sheets. Yeah, take a whole chunk out of it. And probably do that. Probably make like a small patch or something. Bandages. Mildly. Ouch. You know what? Surely I don't get sick if it gets infected. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. No, 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 no. I don't want to jinx it. I'm just saying. Take backs. I'm taking it back. How is it my fault? How would it be me? How am I the problem? Man, I guess I should just take off the mask so they don't get triggered at just seeing my face. Might as well become an anti-masker like you, Teddy. Which, insane behavior still. Ow, what the fuck? You hate my ass. Wait, let me see. If I recall again. If, if, if Sergio were to wake up and I get put in here with Sergio, I'd have two anti-maskers in here. So I'd get double sick. Yeah. I don't know how weak my immune system is. Mm, well, if rumor has it, most anti-maskers are also anti-vaxxers. No, I didn't know that. Are you like, I didn't, I wasn't, no. I simply wasn't awake for that. You see, I'd also have like a general, like, vaccine, I guess, but I just wasn't awake. Now, to be clear, if they were to give it to me, they would fucking jab my fucking arm with a syringe wholeheartedly. Anywhere. Anywhere, actually. Exactly, they would poison me.
Phelan did that to me. He was upset with me. It
Because you
hurted.
wouldn't take it, or what?
No. I didn't even know. He just kind of was like, oh, I don't know.
It was just like a poke.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know, I feel like they'd be upset at anybody if they didn't get it, but, you know, it's fair. But I'm not an anti-vaxxer, though. Teddy, do you have your vaccines? I don't know. I asked because although your immune system might be very strong, doesn't mean that you have, like, you know, certain diseases either. If my immune system was weak but I was still vaccinated, I could still get the chance of getting sick because you simply are a carrier that is so very much asymptomatic. You're so contagious. Are you saying that because you know or because you're confident? Likes me to even get close to me. Maybe. Maybe it's because you stink. And it's that green aura that's protecting you. I'm just saying. Nah, but you see, if I simply had an idea of, you know, illnesses and you were just a carrier and I was just simply a human being, I'd probably die. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Says a human who throws a punch at me and I immediately get lit on fire. Normal behavior. Some gloves that are magic. Yeah, you have your sleeves rolled up and everything. And a human with the tail. Yeah. Yeah. Who also like just drinks lava occasionally. You're subspecies of human that's just different, built different. Yeah. I think that's just simply the verdict. This is why they love me. Because you're simply a built different human. And see, this is why I'm envious. I exist simply in a world where I could only be beaten by a better human. Better than most humans. Mm. There are very little humans in this island. And some of the humans, quote unquote, are partially human. In a sense. Or were human, or temporarily are human. Or aren't. Neither am I. I just choose to be. It's real interesting. Mm, well, from what I've heard and seen, I look human, but I'm not human to some people, by looks at least. And then I guess it's like, oh, such a big surprise. Yeah, it's something. It's a little something. Somewhat human, bleed a little bit. My memory's taken aback. Falter, but oh well. Hmm. I mean, what? Two sides of a coin. There's Fool's Paradise me, so to speak, and then there's also, well, technically, Fool's Paradise plus gas, however way, and then there's past me, so it's like one's human, one's like, oh, totally not. So like, freak period. What, my past self? Are you talking about the gas part? Uh, behavioral wise, I guess. Or what was it that I said? I think so, yes. I believe at the time Clem would hand me this is when we found, I believe, like one of the first hospitals too. Photos, but I can't see anything other than just myself. They were like, "Yeah, you should take a look at how you look like." And I was like, "I don't see anything, just skin." Yeah, other than what many people were like, "Oh yeah, you look different. You look weird." I was like, "I just simply have no idea what you're talking about. I just can't see it." Mm. Yes, or so I've been told. Mm. Who doesn't, to be fair? You are a likely likable suspect. Mm. I wish I knew more, but kind of gets hard. That red thing comes back. I could fix them and be besties with them too. Ah, maybe. Just sprints a little bit here and there. I swear to God, if it gets into all of the rooms, I'd cry. Imagine. Starts off like splotches and shit of everything else. sooner or later the insides of these, areas are going to be different. People are going to look different. People are going to act different. I don't know. I want to know what's one of the most noticeable things, if anything. Or like what happens if we get back to the island, everyone looks different. Well, not me. I never went through those type of things. Yeah. I'm not so sure. There's no way in telling exactly like how it'd be different. Like what would be changed? Like would it be the workers? Wait, give me a second. Chat, it's so cold in here. The temperature is driving? No. Is the temperature is going down very steadfast. It's air's gonna be so dry, I could tell. Ugh. Okay, okay. Um It would be really interesting to see if it worked that way, like it's something that's on the island, right? And they have us here quarantined. It works while we're in here, right? It doesn't give us the virus until we get out, and then that's when we get sick again. And then it's a bigger problem. That it very much could happen that way. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised. It depends on what type of virus it is too. If it's airborne, if it's skin to skin, if it's through food. Um, it could be very much different. Thanks, Teddy. Thank you. I feel like I would have already like infected a few people. Thank you for giving me cooties and the cheese touch. I greatly appreciate it. Or if it's like tag, imagine. Cheese touch, yeah. Imagine that's how the virus is like, if it's like cheese touch. I like how you stepped away. We really don't know what it could be. No, but I'm just saying as a hypothetical, we have no idea what it could be, how it could be spread. I'm just here in the plane, existing. And laying down. Yeah, just a couple silly goobers. Can't do nothing more but be silly. Then be silly. Very fun, very cutesy, very demure, as I say. Very slay and fancy. Yeah, very much so. Very cutesy, very demure. You guys got any ideas of how we got here, maybe? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Possibility. Some people don't wash their hands. It could be. I mean, I don't even know if y'all's group, Kara, for instance, got like a medical check after you guys came. Well, to be fair, did Tech's group also get a medical check? Hmm. Honestly, I don't think many groups got medical checks. Honestly. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, oh, I think the plain one was just like to get intel to be so clear now that I think about it. Mm, I mean, it could be because of the different arrivals, though. I mean, come to think about it, I would think also like Nether group just like could have probably brought something from the Nether as well. And then Vitality just probably had it spread because of how close people were in proximity to each other. Not sure, but it's something I'm keep in mind, I guess. Who's gonna have the bloodborne pathogen? Who's gonna be the one that dies? No, I'm kidding. Someone's gonna get ill. Someone's not gonna get ill. Mm-hmm. Honestly, all of us could be with the virus. Well, minus you, Teddy. You are the exception. You simply won't ever get sick. Yes, you're simply built different. The virus? Scared? No. Are we scared of the virus? No, the virus is simply scared of Teddy. And only Teddy. And that's why it doesn't get close to Teddy. We are the virus. I mean, more likely than not, we definitely could be the virus. Imagine we're like bacteria in this plane of existence. Or, you know, infectious. And we're just infecting ourselves with this area. Imagine if this area has not the air to cure the virus and you all aren't really breathing it in. You come back, you all get infected, but not the anti-mask ones. We're being such a haters of anti-mask people. Imagine. Hey, but that would just mean that the anti-mask people would basically be poked and prodded just to get like a cure, an antidote, as they say. It'd be such a shame. You don't want to touch me, I would say. No, I wouldn't be the one touching you, period. I feel. It'd probably be somebody else. Someone else. Something else. I fear I'm no utter control of what I could and couldn't do. I gotta be smarter. No, obviously. You'd probably have to realize that essentially the people without the masks, simply not having the masks in this area, is the antidote, technically, and customizing themselves to it. I feel like that works. And just like how we're discussing it, you know? Go back to the roots. I believe, I believe. I don't know. I'm not really sure, honestly. I mean, considering the fact that what I do know is that I took care of, like, the kids, for instance, like Alex, Vay, Maledis, and his group, then I wouldn't be able to tell you. Probably at minimum pediatric in some senses. Pediatric to a sense. Pediatric to a degree of sorts. Pediatrics would technically kind of have like a general knowledge of whatever. Wonder what type of skill that person wants from you. In reference to the hospital day. Mm, I'm not so sure. Um, Probably the general of it all, or maybe the way that I took took it all upon myself to do certain things. I don't know. Behaviorally, I just don't really know. I don't really know. I feel like he just would want the general, like, remember what you did, remember your training, blah 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 blah. That's what he said before, always. And that's just basic. That, for the most part, on my end, wouldn't be new. I've heard it before. And tried getting stuff done so he wouldn't use it against me again. I know he does. It's been unclear as to what exactly, always, a time and time again. But he tried getting me help him with the bite stuff. I was like, oh, I just simply don't know. I tried helping the with the demon blood, and then that didn't work either. It didn't work at that time. I feel like I feel like he would use something. Something of something, obviously. I don't know. Yeah, inevitably. I could only hope that if we do find out, I'll remember But then we don't really know when that day would come. Or even I get, you know, slight blissfulness of knowing if it's such treasury to know. Can't wait, I guess. Dreading the day to come. I'll be stern and ready. Tired and ready. Not sure what else to do though at this point. Yep, 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 yep. Not at the moment. Nothing that I could think of, at least. Like I said, I don't even know what I do and don't know at this point. I've just been asleep for too long. Yeah. Hate to say it, hate to know it, but oh well. At least I'm here now and awake, seeing everything else, because imagine I missed everything. I wish I was asleep so I wouldn't get my fucking face scratched off, but womp womp. Womp womp. Shit happens, I guess. A few lucky people just don't have those things happening to them. Womp womp. Womp womp. Fuck me, I guess. Gonna recover for sure. Yeah. For sure. I can't wait. Be really interesting, maybe. I don't know. Anticipating it. I just rest my head a while here, though. AKA